Hi all, good evening. Welcome to the exciting live launch event for Epic Season 6. This is Archana, your host for the day. We are thrilled to extend our greetings to the brightest students from top B schools and engineering colleges across India with us. It's the sixth amazing year of TVS Credit's Epic, the case competition, and the excitement is off the charts. So get ready for an exciting challenge where you will tackle real world problems the industry is facing right now. And you need not to worry, you won't be alone in this. We have got a guiding approach called EPIC, that is enrich, perform, innovate, and challenge, which will help you succeed. And we are looking for curious and innovative minds, those who are ready to go the extra mile to solve this big challenge. So get ready because tonight marks the start of an incredible journey with EPIC Season 6. Now let's talk about TVS Credit. So, with a rich legacy spanning 113 years as a part of the TVS Group, we are dedicated to fulfilling the aspirations of every Indian. At TVS Credit, we aim to empower Indians to dream bigger and partner with them to fulfill their aspirations. We do that by providing much needed financial assistance to the unserved by the organized financial sector through our vast product offerings. So, what sets us apart? It's a deep rooted connection with the semi urban and rural India. We are not just here to offer loans, we are here to bridge gaps, to bring technology fueled solutions and data driven insights to the undeserved markets. And there is more. With a robust network of 130 plus offices across 25 states, 46,500 plus distribution points, and a dedicated army of 25,000 plus professionals, we are leaving no stone unturned to make our presence felt. We have a wide mix of products that cater to diverse needs. Our portfolio consists of two-wheeler loans, used car loans, tractor loans, consumer durable loans, used commercial vehicle loans, business loans, retailer loans, and that's not all. We have the Instacart program as well, online personal loan, and now gold loan also there. It's a testament to our customers centric approach. So, dear students, I welcome you all to Epic Season 6, where legacy meets innovation. So, get ready to explore, get ready to be inspired, and get ready to embark on a ride that's as unique as you are. We would like to play a small video to take everyone through this season's journey. Now it's time to meet our esteemed panelist driving innovation and excellence at TVS Credit. First, we have Mr. Charandeep Singh, our Chief Marketing Officer. With his visionary approach, he's the driving force behind making our brand resonate with the world. Hello, sir. Next,
Yeah,
we
Archana.
have Miss. Hi, sir. Next, we have Ms. Rupa Kumar, the Chief Financial Officer. Her financial acumen and strategic prowess make her an integral part of our journey. Hi,
Hello
ma'am.
everyone.
Next, we have Ms. Meenu Sharma, the head of business planning, retail finance. Her innovative strategies and forward thinking approach are driving our success. Please join me in welcoming her to the stage. Hello,
Hi
ma'am.
everyone.
Now, let's welcome Mr. Raghavendran Nagarajan, Senior Divisional Head Data Analytics at TVS Credit. His expertise stands as the bedrock of our analytics based decision making. Hello, sir.
Hello, all. Good evening.
Now, let's have a brief introduction on Mr. Charandeep Singh. Mr. Charan is the Chief Marketing Officer at TVS Credit. With more than 19 years of experience in marketing, sales, CRM, and strategy within the BFSI and automotive sectors, he has successfully led and driven a multitude of projects in brand communication, market research, digital business, analytics, and customer relationship management. Throughout his tenure, he has led transformative initiatives, skillfully implementing programs and systems aimed at enhancing customer engagement and overall experience. He has played a key role in establishing TVS Credit's new brand identity, which resulted in a new visual identity system and brand repositioning in response to the changing business requirements. Under his guidance, TVS Credit has received numerous awards for various marketing initiatives, including Best BFSI Award 2024 by the Economics Times. Over to you, Charan sir.
Yeah, hi everyone. Uh, I have been given some topics to cover, not necessarily related to marketing. So first, we will talk about what is Epic, right? Why are we having Epic today? Uh, so Epic is in its sixth season, and I'm like pleased to report that we have already crossed 86,000 registrations as of yesterday, and we are hoping to cross last year's number. Last year we had got 96,000 registrations. This year we hope to cross 1 lakh. So thanks everyone who has joined today. I think 300 odd people have joined the streaming right now, and thanks everyone for joining in. And all those who have not yet registered, our registrations close on 10th August. So I request that everybody who thinks that they have something to contribute and they feel that this contest is going to add some value to them, please, there are 3 more days to go. You can register yourselves. Epic started off as a tool just to engage with best campuses in the country, and we had never imagined that it will grow to this extent. I still remember in the first season we had got some 10,000 odd participants registering, and some less than 800 colleges who had registered or where the participation came from. Since then, everything has grown. The participation has grown 10 times. Number of colleges this year would be 4,000 plus. The prize money has gone up to 10 lakhs. So the contest is going. The company is also ensuring that the case studies are getting sharper. You get to work on live projects. There have been at least 15 people over last 6 seasons who have joined the company through this program. So while it's not necessary that every year I take as many people, but there will be still some select candidates who will get a chance to at least have a stab at replacement interviews once the finale is done. So that's I wanted to talk about Epic. Uh, then I also wanted to touch, how marketing has changed in last 8-10 years. And Rags is here, so I think today no CMO can work without analytics department supporting them, right? So earlier marketing was very much in terms of a zone where you do one-to-many communication, and you guys all know this. Uh, and CRM was about communication to a certain number of people. So there was a clear distinction in between what marketing is and what CRM is, right? And you spend less money in CRM, get higher returns, and you spend more money in marketing and get wider base or wider acquisition engine. But over last 10 years, what changed is that marketing and CRM, the lines have got blurred, right? Because there's so much data available for people who are not yet your customers also, that you can target them in multiple ways. And that is where the CMOs had to learn a lot of things in terms of data, and how to go about targeting campaigns, how to go about digital marketing. Everything changed. Even digital marketing in India, when it started, it was all like substitute as a channel for TV or radio and just do campaigns, right? Nobody was focused initially in initial years around 2008 to 10 in terms of oh, how it can run my performance engines. So that's a key change in marketing. But what I find strange is that even when today we get candidates for marketing from these schools, large number of people still believe that marketing is just advertising, which is not true. So I hope when you, some of you who will qualify for the next round, and you attempt the case study, and you focus on, let's say, marketing solutions, please go beyond that. So that's another thing which I wanted to talk about. Lastly, I also wanted to talk about the theme of this year's case study, which you will get once the first round is over. I will be talking about the strategy case study, which includes HR as well as overall organization strategy. So what we will be talking about is, in that case study, is that over the years, NBFCs have built their differentiation either based upon what geographies they cater to, what customer segments. So certain NBFCs are very good in, for example, rural. Certain NBFCs are very good in certain segments like consumer segments, where they target a certain kind of customers. Certain NBFCs are good in products. Like there are NBFCs who are doing great, let's say, in commercial vehicles. And then the next set of differentiation started coming from speed, customer experience, which was again based upon how fast you can decide for the customer, how good is your experience. But as the data becomes democratized, like everybody will have access to same data, this differentiation will also vanish in next few years. So where is the next set of differentiators for NBFC likes R will emerge is going to be the bedrock of the case study, which we'll be getting after the first round is over. That's it from my side. I wish all the participants best of luck, and hopefully we'll get some great, case winners, and we will have a grand finale where we'll get to see great solutions. Best of luck, everyone. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have Rupa ma'am. She's a seasoned finance professional, boasts an extensive career spanning more than 2 decades across the financial landscapes of India and the USA. As a chartered accountant and a certified public accountant, her dual proficiency brings a unique blend of international financial insight and local acumen to the table. With an in depth understanding of financial intricacies, she plays a pivotal role in shaping the financial strategies of the organization. Prior to working with TVS Credit, she was the CFO at Hinduja Housing Finance and head of finance at Hinduja Lane and Finance Limited, where she managed the domains of finance and treasury. Her trajectory to excellence also includes noteworthy stint at PwC and ICICI Bank, where she honed us financial acumen and strategic thinking. Over to you, Rupa ma'am.
Thank you, Archana, for the introduction. Good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to all of you to the launch of Epic 6, one of the most sought after event every year hosted by our company. I'm very happy to participate as a panelist and always look forward to be part of this event every year. It's a third year of Epic journey for me at TVS Credit here. Thanks, Charan, for bringing the introduction to all the participants over here. So I would like to bring about a little bit of a different flavor to the whole experience, being a panelist and also seeing the young minds over the last 3 years. So one of my favorite quote is the words of Henry Ford. Life is a series of experience, each one of which makes us bigger, even though sometimes it's hard to realize this. So I'm sure one such experience that would leave a lasting impression in all your young minds is your participation in this year's Epic. So this competition is more than just a platform for showcasing your skills. It's also an opportunity for you to deeply understand the current issues and the challenges in the financial world in the form of real life case studies. So we have seen participation in the finance challenge go up in terms of number of registrations. The first year of finance challenge, I was told that there were 3,500 plus registrations, which has now doubled to 7,000 plus applications. This only talks about the impact of the epic across on the academic world, and it provides a wonderful opportunity to showcase your innovative solutions, strategic thinking, and also your fresh take and perspectives on problem solving in today's complex world. So I urge and encourage every one of the participants to approach this challenge with passion and curiosity, whether it's developing a business model, analyzing market trends, or proposing improvements in process or regulatory changes. Remember that your ideas matter and they have a potential to change the shape of financial services. So I would like to thank all the previous participants and look forward to contribution from this set of participants this year. We are in a financial landscape which is rapidly evolving, and NBFCs play a very crucial part in this financial transformation. We are the crucial linkage in the economy, bringing in financial inclusion, leveraging digital tools to scale up and meet the demands of all segments of India population. So as we kickstart this competition, let's embrace innovation and passion in problem solving in the challenges in the financial world. Look forward to seeing your contributions and thank you once again for your participation in this event. Here's to successful Epic and becoming epic in the process. Thank you.
Yeah. So, yeah. Rupa ma'am, I guess there was some issue with the connectivity. Just allow me 1 minute. Hello, Minu ma'am, Raghavin sir, Rupa ma'am, you're audible now. Yeah, so we can move ahead.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, ma'am, you're audible now. You're audible now. There was a certain issue with the connectivity and all.
Oh, so did you hear the cheering part?
We just missed that.
Yeah, I want to go with the last one. Here's to successful epic and becoming epic in the process.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Uh, we have Meenu Sharma ma'am also. So, with 13 plus years of experience in strategy, planning, and risk function, Meenu ma'am is driving force in our finance team. She has successfully led initiatives in corporate, SME, and retail lending portfolios. So, please join me in welcoming Miss Meenu Sharma ma'am, our business planning head of retail finance. Over to you, ma'am. Meenu ma'am, you can hear me?
I can hear you now. Archana, we had some
Yeah.
minor tech hiccup, looks like.
Yeah, I was just briefing about you that with 13 plus years of experience, strategy, planning, and dysfunction, you have successfully led initiatives in corporate, SME, and retail lending portfolios. So, yeah, over to you, ma'am. You can
Thank you so
take it
much
in.
for the introduction, Archana. I think Charan and Rupa have made a lot of exciting points, interesting points in terms of what is happening in the NBFC space, a lot of points related to how Epic has grown over the years. And I'm sure you all are excited to see what the case studies are all about. But we'll hold that for a bit. We are in NBFC, and our case studies also, at least the finance case studies, typically are about what's happening in the NBFC space. I thought I'll talk a bit about it. uh, you would know that NBFCs are also called shadow banks, and that is how critical they are in the lending space. And over the years, the market, share of NBFC in the overall credit has been growing steadily, which is upward of 20% right now. This is how critical they are. In fact, the regulations have also changed so much over the years that for the larger NBFCs, the regulations are pretty similar to banks. That's how important that they have become. They are systemically important. There's a lot of interconnectedness, and the regulator is continuously watching. That's how exciting this space is. There are continuously new products coming in, a lot of innovation coming in terms of whether you talk about technology, you talk about what fintechs are doing, you talk about how uh, you know uh, analytics is being utilized now, what all new data points are evolving, what the regulator is doing in terms of a lot of exciting stuff happening in this space. And as you explore the case study, you will also get more involved in this excitement which is happening in this space. And NBFC is a sector which is going to continue to grow because the country is growing, and despite so many players being there in the lending space, there are still underserved markets. There are a lot of changes happening with respect to newer technologies coming in, AI coming in. We have reached new heights in terms of how teching is being utilized even in rural areas. But even that tech savviness is something which is continuously picking up, which is giving more and more opportunities for everybody of us in the NBFC space to look at innovation and to look at new exciting things to do. So you will get exposed to all of that once you look at the case study, and we look forward to interacting with you on that bit. So all the best to everybody participating.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Next, we have Raghavendran Nagarajan, sir, the Senior Divisional Head, spearheading the dynamic function of data and analytics at TVS Credit. With a career spanning over 18 years, Rag, sir, has carved a niche for himself across distinguished institutions such as Citi, Barclays, Chase, and HSBC. His professional journey is a testament to his expertise across diverse financial domains, including cards, loans, and retail portfolios. His leadership and expertise in data and analytics have been pivotal in unlocking new avenues of growth and efficiency for TVS Credit. So, sir's ability to turn complex data sets into actionable insights has helped us approach challenges with new perspective. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Archana, for that introduction. And good evening, folks. Warm welcome to all the students that are there. Welcome to EPIC 6.0. Just want to leave a couple of thoughts, especially for those folks who are thinking of analytics, data sciences as a career. Certainly, those people that are planning to take the analytics case studies with EPIC. Want to leave you guys with a couple of thoughts, right? Often when you hear the words analytics, data science, AI, you sort of gravitate towards images of a person working on latest cutting edge algorithms, a lot of mathematics, groundbreaking discoveries and things of that sort, right? All that is true, right? There's a little bit of hype going around these days, definitely. But to a great part, that's actually true, right? Analytics and data sciences are at the bedrock of fact-based decision making, which is what every financial institution does. In fact, every institution should do, right? No doubt about that. But that's only part of the story, and that's important for folks here to really understand, right? As you think about your futures, careers, and all that, understand that's only a small part of it, and probably the most glamorous part of it. So if you're a mathematical bent, you will naturally be inclined towards that, right? So which is fair. But there's a lot that goes on after you create what I would call as a data science product, right? Going and talking to your stakeholders before and after the data science product is created, understanding the business processes that are involved, selling the story, figuring out how to deploy that particular data science product. Some of these things that I'm telling you right now are probably a little bit mysterious, probably, if you have not actually worked on using these data science products, right? But be as it may, I would encourage you all to think through what I just said, right? Because there's a lot that is not generally covered in media, in general publications, blogs, videos, and things like that, right? Typically what happens is they typically talk about a particular algorithm, the latest cutting edge technology that comes out, and they generally stop there, right? There's a lot that happens after that, right? Which brings me to the case studies themselves, right? So our case studies, we have two of them. For those who are taking the analytics challenge, there are two case studies. One of them is a fraud analytics case study. The other is a customer service case study. Think through those points of what happens after, let's say, you create a particular predictive tool, predictive model, right? How will you deploy that? How will you monitor it? How will you sell it to your stakeholders? What value do you derive it? How will you measure it, right? These are important things. If there is one thing that I would like to leave you all with, it is that there is a lot more to the analytics than just predictive models. I hope that was useful. I hope it was it will be useful as you go through your careers as well as these cases. So again, welcome all, have fun. I'm sure there's a great learning opportunity for you all. Wish you all the very best for the cases. Thank you guys.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you to all our speakers for sharing their valuable insights with us. Before we wrap up, we would like to address a few questions from our audience. So let's start with the question. We have first question for Charandeep sir. So this is from Saurabh. He wants to know what is TVS Credit's vision for next 5 years. Also, how does the company plan to stay competitive? And what are the current strategic priorities? And what are the biggest challenges that the company is facing currently?
Okay, actually, those are three questions. So if I forget anyone, you please remind me. The
Yes,
vision of the
sure.
company is there on the website. We want to be, of course, there's a number backing it up, but we want to be among the top 10 NBFCs at some point of time in next 10 years, right? So that is the vision. So obviously our book size has to grow from the current size to at least 3 to 4 times in next 7 to 10 years. So that is the vision of the company. But at the same time, there is an underlying value system. We are not just running after a certain book size, a certain profit, but what we want to do is that through our products and services, we want to create a difference in the lives of our customers. We want to fulfill their aspirations. So the kind of customers we serve are not necessarily very highly banked customers that they have easy access to loans. So the customer segments we cater to are generally outside the ambit of conventional banking system, and they do not necessarily always have the means to secure a loan easily. So from that point of view, we are trying to not only achieve a certain book size, but also aim to aid the financial inclusion initiatives of the country. So that is the vision. What was the second question, Archana?
Second question was how does the company plan to stay competitive?
Yeah.
And
So as
what's
I mentioned during introduction session, also during my introduction thing, that current differentiators of the company largely are based on the speed of decisioning, right? If a customer comes to us, most probably they will come to know within 2 minutes that whether they are eligible for the loan or not. So the speed of decisioning is one of the key differentiators which has come across in different studies of ours in terms of customer satisfaction. Then the fact that the company is available at more than 46,000 touch points also makes us accessible in the locations where we are selling products. So distribution strength, speed are uh, differentiator of also having a TVS parentage helps us a lot in building trust among our customer segments. But this speed, this customer experience is going to be our differentiator in next few years. But as the data gets democratized, we have to find new differentiators, and that will emerge largely from customer experience, aided by data. Because customers these days don't have that kind of patience, right? That if I want to give a loan, I'll make them run around, I'll collect a lot of documents. So how do you keep catering to the customers' desires? And as they're changing and they're experiencing almost everything digitally, how does NBFC sector and especially TVS Credit goes that path and build digital solutions and speed in the digital world also? That's where the new set of differentiators will emerge in the coming years. I think the third question was related to challenges. Uh, so this is the challenge, right? If we don't invest in technology, if we don't invest in digitization fast, it will be difficult to grow at the pace we want to grow. And also a regulator is becoming almost like a having a deep insight that how do you aid customer better. So regulator is not just regulating the NBFCs, they are basically talking to you on behalf of the customer. So therefore customer is, if he or she is kept happy and you are doing everything right with them, I think that is the challenge, which is what we need to work around all the solutions. That would be my answer.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Next question we have for Rupa ma'am. This is from Kavita. She's asking what are the biggest risk that is companies facing right now, and what are the strategies that are in place to mitigate them?
Thank you, Archana, and thank you, Kavita, for the question. I would like to take this question as what are the biggest risks facing any large NBFC in the country, and then talk a little bit about our risk and risk mitigation strategies in place. The biggest risk is that NBFC, as Minu was pointing out, are shadow banks. So we are looking at serving the underserved and the unserved or unmet demands of the country. So there is certain amount of riskiness with which the lens with which NBFCs are looked at. So what happens is, when the banks are funding us, banks are one of our largest funding institutions. So we borrow and lend. That's how the financial system works. So banks' perception of NBFCs are always that they look at it with a slightly higher risk perception because of the underlying customer segments that we are dealing with. So funding is one of the biggest challenges, funding at the right price so that we price the customer right. We borrow and lend. So if we don't make a margin in between, we cannot sustain. So one of the biggest funding risk, are funding risk. The second is, it's easy to lend, it's very difficult to collect back. So how do we understand the customer? How do we underwrite the customer properly? How do we understand the risk behaviors of collection behaviors of our customers? So what sort of tools do we use? Underwrite? What sort of tools do we use to do predictive analysis, prescriptive analysis of collection behavior, and then collect back properly? So if we do these two proper, then the NBFC company can generate appropriate returns for the shareholders. So these two are one of the largest risks. And in terms of strategies, there are three things that are currently handled as a risk framework. Regulator is having a good oversight, and they are working towards bringing in necessary guidelines and ensuring that proper risk mitigation measures are in place, not only on the collections front, customer behavior, handling the customer, pricing the customer, risk mitigation, what is the governance framework that is applicable in the company. So all these things are regulatory measures that are being driven to ensure that there are adequate risk mitigations are in place. And internally, from a company perspective, company works on a robust risk management framework, fraud detection tools, and also build and leverage necessary technology interventions and credit interventions to manage the portfolio behavior from time to time. So these couple of things are important to ensure that we sustain and generate returns and stay in the marketplace.
Thank you, ma'am. We have another question for Meenu, ma'am. So this is from Vempati. He's asking, what are the key business drivers and challenges that necessitate digital transformation? Not audible, Meenu, ma'am.
Yeah. I think it's a very interesting question. As far as innovation and technology is concerned, there are two ways to play this game. One is you play a game of survival and of chasing. That means you do a transformation change only because you're struggling to survive, or somebody else in the market has done is trying to catch up. It's a non-ideal situation which doesn't allow you to last for too long. The other way is to continuously, proactively keep looking at what does your customer want, what is the customer segment you're trying to target, what their needs are, and you try to continuously give them a superior experience. You continuously try to provide to all their needs, and that's where your innovation and technology is centered around. Now, customer, of course, is a critical piece, but the other critical piece, which is not often spoken about, is the employee experience, especially if you're talking about the front end, whether you're talking about sales or collection or any piece for that matter. If your employee is getting a phenomenal experience in terms of technology, they will have the confidence to drive your business, right? And they will be able to serve the customer better. So in my belief is that your entire technology framework, your entire innovation framework has to center around proactively trying to give your employees as well as customers a phenomenal experience. And that employee piece anyways, then transforms into giving customers an even better experience.
Thank you, ma'am. And next question we have for Raghavendran sir. What opportunities for career growth and development are available about the analytics track? This is from Rupavat. She's from IIT BHU. Yeah.
It's a big, broad question. First of all, it's fairly organization specific as well, right? But I'll give a couple of thoughts on this, right? Career advancement in the analytics field typically happens when there's a balance between the technical aspects of analytics as well as the business side of it. Like I was saying before, right? Uh, I would encourage all of you guys to think about that. That's the best way to progress in your career. I've personally seen so many people benefit from that particular uh, behavior, if you will. Uh, it's just not the technical skills. That's what I would say. The rest of the question, the answers to the rest of the question is fairly organization specific, right? So I would refrain from commenting on those things. But there are plenty of opportunities in any organization, given the fact that analytics is pretty much the way decisions get done, right? In any organization these days. Charan talked about democratization of data and analytics, right? And that's pretty much the way to go, really. So career opportunities abound. It's just the question of whether that particular person has the appetite to take on the technical challenges as well as the non-technical ones, if you will, right? That's the key to it. I hope that sort of answers the question. I hope.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Charan sir, we have another question for you. So there's this Vanja. He's asking how is TVS Credit leveraging new technologies to enhance customer experience and operational efficiency?
I wish there was some IT guy in the today, but like I'll try my best to answer this one. So we are using technology in multiple ways, right? So I'll talk about how we are using technology in terms of customer experience, right? So today, for example, the most conventional way of serving or doing customer service is to have a toll-free number or have a contact ID where customers can write to you, and or they can call you and you answer those questions, right? But few years back, and we used to measure it by how are our service levels, are we able to answer most of the calls on time, how much time does it take to resolve those complaints and all that. And then the world changed, right? Uber came, Zomato came, right? These guys are solving the problems on the way, in fact giving you refunds right away if there's a spillage in your order or something like that. And the customers started expecting that kind of experience from everyone, and that's where we started targeting at our levels things like how fast we can digitize all our services, which we were at that point of time giving manually or through physical modes. Can everything be provided on the app? Can the customer do everything themselves? So we started tracking two key metrics. What is my digitization level? So if company has, let's say, 100 types of complaints, service inquiries, requests, etc., can everything be online? Currently, we would be around 87%. So there are still 13% areas where we are not fully digitized. There could be a back-end technology issue. There could be front-ending issue in terms of not able to provide that service because there is some physical element, some third-party element involved there. And our continuous effort is to take that number to 90, 95, and so on. Similarly, the other metric which we track is the do-it-yourself or self-service metric. How many services or what amount of connects which customers are doing today are not reaching to a manual agent or to let's say somebody who is picking a call and talking, right? So that's the metric we track, and therefore we have introduced things like self-service options on the app. We have chatbots on our website. We have WhatsApp for business, and they are all rule-based, or some amount of AI is being used to ensure that customer service is done. Then you also mentioned operational efficiencies. We process a large number of loans every month, right? We were doing some 50,000 to 1 lakh loans in peak seasons few years back. Today we do 3 to 4 lakh loans every month, and this number is bound to grow in the festive season. So how did that happen? Obviously, company invested in technology. One of the key things which I got impressed by when I joined was that we had RPA or robotic process automation almost 5-6 years back when companies were just discussing that. And that helped us process the loans faster. So it's not just the decisioning at the front end, where customer comes to know whether he's eligible or not, which was aided by analytical models and technology at the front end. But at the back end also, the company made investments, and we continue to make investments towards both these things to improve customer experience as well as operational efficiency. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Sir, we have another question for you. Like, what are the biggest marketing challenges that the organization is facing right now, and how do you plan to address them? This is from Devansh.
I would not say that biggest marketing challenge to the organization. For any CMO, the biggest marketing challenge is generally threefold, right? These are the three problem statements any CMO will continuously work on. One of the first metric any CMO works on is the net promoter score or any other metric one uses in the organization to measure customer delight or advocacy. So that's a challenge, how to continuously keep delighting the customer. Second major metric which one would measure is how many customers are aware about you, how many customers consider you when they plan to buy a product. So a lot of challenges come in terms of in NBFCs, you don't have too many advertising budgets like e-commerce companies or FMCG companies, right? So how do you make at least your target groups more aware? So you get sharper in terms of reaching out to the larger part of your target group with lesser monies. So that's another challenge which we continuously build it. So I'm not answering it as a challenge, as a problem. These are the two things we work on. And the third thing is that we have to also ensure that there is a certain amount of awareness which you created as the second challenge translates into some kind of business for the company. So the third metric, which is what we work on all the times, is how much of the company business is getting sourced through your initiatives through digital marketing and conventional marketing. So those are the three areas we continuously keep working on. In terms of how do we plan to address them, we continuously use a lot of data to understand what is working for us, what is not working for us, and we track our customer satisfaction scores. While NPS is tracked annually, we track customer satisfaction scores in real time. We come to know which areas customer is not happy with, and we work with the relevant teams to improve those areas and provide better experience. So those are the three things I would say any CMO currently is working on, not specific to TVS Credit.
Thank you, sir. There's one more question for Rupa ma'am. One of the students is asking how AI is changing the NBFC industry.
Actually, this can be better answered by Meenu, who handles the business. Charan has already talked about it from the customer experience perspective, and I'm sure Rags can add on a little bit of a jargon on the analytics front as well. But I'll take this question, but happy that if my colleagues can chip in and put their perspective as well. So my first point, how AI can change is the customer experience, right? Customer is the center of the entire universe of the financial ecosystem. So right from how do you make the click journeys, we have transitioned from being a completely physical non-banking service company to fight digital to completely getting digital. So how do we make the transition to delight customers and keep the customer experience completely digital? Because our entire customers, if you're looking at India as a growth story, and India as the population where the entire credit rests with them, then the entire India population is on social media and digital footprint. So how do you make the digital journey using AI is the thing for any, and not only NBFCs, banks, or anybody who tries to serve the current set of Indian population, be it Swiggy, Zomato, Amazon, any hospital industry, infrastructure, anybody. So AI is changing the way the customer experience happens on the ground. The second aspect where we are using AI is how do you understand your customers from the underwriting perspective, right? He checks out a phone, he likes a phone, and immediately he's going to check out how much bank balance he's going to have. And I'm sure he's going to look out for financing options. So, how do you underwrite such a customer? What sort of data points do you get? How do you understand the customer better, underwrite in a short span of time? So, that is going to be the engine, and AI is going to play a great role there. And it's already had made inroads, and TVS Credit has also been leveraging AI to a larger extent on these pillars as well. And the third aspect is on the relationship management. How do you collect money? How do you understand the customer? You underwrite and then you have to go collect from the customer. So how do you understand customer collection behavior? So what are the tools you're going to use to understand customer behavior? Rags had already talked about behavioral analytics, predictive analytics. So he can throw a little bit more light on how do we leverage these technologies at our company. And the fourth aspect that I think about is the app experience. So how do you bring the customer solutions and the customer onto a single app? So omnipresence, omni-channel app experience. That's where AI is going to play a greater role. So that's my take on AI in the NBFC industry. Happy to be joined in by my colleagues here, Meenu, Rags, and Charan, to answer this question. Meenu, you want to add?
No, I'll just add a couple of points, right? So you covered pretty much the whole gamut of it, right? But just to sort of wrap it up in a sense, right? If you think about the entire process of looking for customers, we call them prospects, right? Once the prospect has arrived at your door, how do you underwrite? How much do you give? How do you manage that customer through the life cycle and collect, right? You think of all these things, it just becomes a series of decisions that the company, the organization has to take, right? At each point in that cycle, the journey, right? You have a certain amount of data available, and you constantly ask the question of how can I enrich the data to begin with. Then you ask the question of how do I use the data, which is what predictive analytics that Rupert mentioned, right? To summarize, analytics, AI, data sciences play a role in each and every touch point, each and every stage in that process of the customer coming through the door and we managing the customer, right? To answer simply, AI, it's everywhere, as simple as that.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. We have another question from Shruti Sharma. So Shruti Sharma has a question for you, ma'am. How can we use new technologies to create better digital products that meet our business goals and what our customers want?
I think this is quite related to a lot of questions which have already come. And one part is, of course, your customer needs something, there is a problem you're trying to solve, and now you scout for the best fit technology, the best fit partner. That's the ideal situation. But what happens a lot of time is that you have something absolutely completely new in the market, and you in those situations try and create use cases that where can I utilize it to answer a host of pieces that you're going to be working on, whether it be growth, particular issue you're trying to solve, and so on. And then also, at least as an organization, what we do, we are continuously in scout for technologies in terms of partners also, what others are doing. We are continuously evaluating where opportunities are working together, seeing if somebody has, cracked something really phenomenal, how can we utilize that, whether to strengthen our processes, to give a customer an outstanding experience, or any other challenges. So it becomes a piece in terms of evaluation of all of those, that, creating those use cases, identifying partners, continuously scouting, what is new and happening, and then running those pilots, seeing how they fare, and, then over a period of time, making it a part of your life.
Thank you, ma'am.
I hope that
Thank you.
answers.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. With that, we have come to the end of this exciting launch event of Epic Season 6. A huge thank you to all our leaders for taking their time out and joining us today. And of course, a huge thank you to all the participants for your enthusiasm and support. Now it's your turn to take the challenge and be epic. Before we log off, a reminder to all the participants that registration end on 10th. So we wish you all the very best for the competition. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. All the best.
Thank you, guys. All the best.